There's a word that pops up again and again in archaeology and linguistics, and honestly, it's one of those terms that sounds like it should clear things up. But sometimes it only makes things murkier. That word? Proto. Now, if you've ever dug into the history of languages, pun intended, you've probably seen names like Proto-Indo-European, Proto-Germanic, or even Proto-Bantu. Proto just means the beginning, right? The first form, the root, the origin. The dictionary says so. Being first, first in time, first developed. It's supposed to be pretty straightforward. But here's where things get a bit tricky. When archaeologists or linguists slap the word proto onto a language, they're not always saying, here's the very first version ever spoken by this group. What they usually mean is, this is the oldest form we've found or reconstructed, but is it really the very first? Well, not necessarily. Let me explain. Archaeology, and especially historical linguistics, is a bit like detective work, only your witnesses are long gone, the evidence is patchy at best, and you're trying to piece together a story from fragments. Pottery can be dated, sure. Artifacts can tell us a lot. But languages? You can't radiocarbon date a word. You can't dig up a sentence from the ground and know exactly when it was spoken. Instead, what researchers do is make educated guesses, sometimes really good, well-reasoned guesses, based on what they have. They might find the earliest written example of a language or reconstruct what an earlier version of a language might have sounded like, based on patterns and similarities. But here's the catch. What we call proto might just be the earliest form we've found, not the true starting point. And there's another wrinkle. Not every group evolves in language the same way. Even today, you'll find people at all sorts of literacy levels, even within the same society. It's never a neat straight line from proto-language to modern speech. There are false starts, dead ends, and side branches. Sometimes what we call proto is just what survived, not what started it all. So, should we stop using proto altogether? Probably not. It's a useful label and it helps keep things organized. But it's worth remembering that every time we say proto, what we really mean is, as far as we know, this is as far back as we can see. So next time you hear about a proto-language, just remember, it's not always the first word ever spoken. It's just the oldest echo we've managed to catch. And in the world of archaeology, sometimes an echo is all we get.